Hi, I'm TJ Walker and I'm going to show you how to play any song in any key. Now, I hope you don't think I was going to attempt to show you how to play every single song that's ever been written in every key. That would be a bit of a tall order for this short video. No, instead what I'm going to try and do is show you a different way of thinking about the chords in a song. So to start this, what we need to do first is
stop using the names of chords,
and instead we need to
stop using the numbers of chords.
So we're going to stop thinking of the chords in terms of their names. So for example, G major, A minor, and we're going to start thinking of them in terms of numbers. Let's say this chord sequence, all this is used in lots of songs like Stand By Me, for example. So we'll start G major, E minor, C major, D major. Instead of thinking of them as G, E minor, C, D, what we need to be doing is thinking of them as 1, 6 minor, 4, 5. So you may be asking, where do we get these numbers from? Well, let me explain.
Nice.
It's easier to demonstrate this using the piano, as all the notes are laid out in front of you. So the numbers I'm talking about come from the step of the scale that the chord is built on. Let's just play a C major scale. So the steps of the scale: 1 is C, 2 is D, 3 is E, 4 is F, 5 is G, 6 is A, 7 is B, and then we're back to the 1 again, which is the C. So the simplest 3-note chords or triads are built from each step of this scale. They're built up using the root note, which is the step we're building the chord on, a third above that, and then another third above that, which makes a fifth in relation to the root note. So off the first step in C, we have C major, which is made up of C, E and G, which is the first, third and fifth step of the C major scale. So moving up to the second chord in the scale, that's built off the D. So this is the D, the F and the A. Now this is a minor chord. Now the third chord built off the third step of the C major scale. So from the E is E, G and B, which gives you an E minor. The fourth chord, F, A and C, that gives you an F major. The fifth chord, notes are G, B and D, that gives you a G major chord. The sixth chord is another minor chord, it's A minor in this key, it's A, C and E. And then the seventh chord, this is slightly different from the other ones, this is a diminished chord. If you listen to the way this sounds, the reason this sounds like this is because you've got your root note, you've got the third, which is the same as it is in a minor chord, and then the fifth is actually a semitone lower than it would be in a major or minor chord, so you get that slightly different sound. So instead of calling these chords C, D minor, E minor, F, G, etc., we're now going to start calling them 1, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4, 5, etc. So often these chords are notated using Roman numerals. You'd use an uppercase for a major chord and a lowercase for a minor chord. Another system is the Nashville numbering scheme. This is used by the session players in Nashville. One of the things they might have to do, which is one of the beauties of this system, is they might have to change the key to suit the singer that's in the session. So the way they would notate it would be 1, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4, 5, etc. Now I'm going to use that notation to keep it slightly simpler. So let's go back to our previous chord sequence, the one that's used in Stand By Me. Now originally we played it in G, which gave us G, E minor, C, D. If you're thinking of the chords in terms of numbers, we can now think of them as 1, 6 minor, 4 and 5. Now using C, as we've just learnt that one on the piano, we know that it's C major, A minor, F and G. So without having to rewrite the chord chart or put a capo on the guitar or press the transpose button on the keyboard, we can now play it in a different key without having to think about it. Please leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below. I've put a link in the description to a cheat sheet I've written which gives you all of the chords in all the different keys. It's a great starting point for trying to think of chords in this way. Look out for part 2 of this video. I'll start breaking this down into small, more usable chunks to give you an idea of how you can start remembering all the different chords. Please hit subscribe and the thumbs up, and I'll see you in part 2.